If you have found a home you're interested in buying, you should do your due diligence before making an offer. It is in your interest to know the history and current condition of the home. Buying a home with cosmetic issues is usually not a big concern, but there may be bigger hidden problems involving the foundation, structural framing, roof, electrical system, or plumbing. A professional home inspection is a good starting point to understanding the general condition of a home. Hi, my name is Coco Tan. I'm a realtor with Keller Realty in the San Francisco Bay Area. Every day, my real estate team and I help buyers and sellers understand inspection reports and their significance. We patiently go over each item of concern one by one and give recommendations for remedies. This part of the buying process can make or break the deal. You should always consider a professional home inspection in order to know the home's condition and the material defects that can affect its safety, habitability, or resale value. It will help you understand how many repairs are waiting for you after you close escrow. A home's condition is also a factor in purchase contract negotiation. Sellers also usually order an inspection so that they can truthfully represent the condition of the home in their disclosures. Having good results will also attract more buyers and work in the seller's favor during negotiations. Now I'm sharing some of this information with all of you in this video. I'll be talking about the basics of the home inspection and what to expect. I will also briefly talk about the specific things inspectors look for and some red flags you can look for yourself. In the San Francisco Bay Area, sellers often order inspections as part of the preparation process of their home sale, and they share the reports with potential buyers. Once you find a home that fits your criteria, you should review the seller disclosures and inspection reports. With this information, you'll be able to make a more informed and educated decision, regardless of whether the seller orders an inspection. Once you are in contract, I always recommend ordering a professional home inspection for yourself. A professional home inspection typically takes about 2 to 3 hours and costs roughly $450 to $700, depending on the size and construction of the home. A cheaper inspection is not always better, because you want an experienced and helpful inspector who will write a detailed report with recommended repairs. Roof and termite inspectors usually give repair quotes, while general home inspectors usually do not. You may have to get a cost estimate for repairs from a contractor or tradesperson. It is recommended for you to be present during the inspection so that the inspector will be able to explain what they are looking for and why. You will probably have a lot of questions, and they can be answered on the spot by a professional inspector. As a buyer, you will also become more familiar with the home, which comes in handy when you become the owner. In case of emergency, you'll be able to turn off the gas or the water for single-family or multi-family homes, or locate the drain cleanouts. The inspection will cover both the outside and inside of the home. The greatest emphasis is on home safety. Inspectors can only inspect what is accessible to them because liability issues prevent them from touching or moving personal items. For that reason, it is up to the sellers or occupants of the home to move their furniture and personal belongings away from walls and important features. If the home is staged, sellers should be mindful of where their belongings are stored. Moving everything into the garage is sometimes necessary, but keep in mind that the garage itself does need to be inspected. If the inspector cannot access certain areas due to clutter, they will need to return another time to finish inspection. Although Every room will be thoroughly checked. There are some aspects that are especially important. Pools and spas are not part of the general inspection, so you will need to hire a separate pool inspector. Fences, retaining walls, and sprinklers are usually also not included. One of the most important parts that inspectors evaluate is the foundation. Homes built on a raised foundation will usually have a crawl space underneath the house. If a crawl space exists, the inspector will need to enter it. The entrance may be located in a closet, so sellers or occupants should be prepared to grant access. An inspector will go into the crawl space to inspect the foundation, the plumbing, and any electrical or heating ducts that they found down there. The inspector will look for cracks, leaks, as well as evidence of pests. If things look abnormal with the foundation, they may refer you to consult a foundation specialist or a structure engineer. The crawl space is also a place to look for signs of moisture because the area needs to be dry. If the home has a below-grade basement or room or has had moisture problems in the past, the owner might have a sump pump installed, usually at the lowest section of the crawl space or basement. The pump removes water before it can collect and cause the growth of mold, mildew, and fungus. An alternative fix to the moisture issue is to seal any exposed dirt floor in the crawl space with a vapor barrier. After that is installed, you will need to insulate the crawl space with waterproof insulation to keep air out. Another place home inspectors look for evidence of water damage and pest activity is inside the attic of the house, so sellers or occupants should allow access. The inspector will make a note about the grading of the soil around the perimeter of the foundation. The ground ideally should slope away from the home so that water does not pool near the foundation. If any ground along the perimeter of the foundation is higher than the home's foundation, the home has a faulty grade condition. It is at risk for moisture buildup and damage at the exterior siding or interior wall surfaces. If the negative slope is substantial, then there may even be ponding water condition at the foundation, organic growth at the exterior siding, peeling paint, spalling stucco, or the presence of a white salt-like substance known as efflorescence. Having a large tree near the home could also be a problem. Tree roots are very powerful and extend 2 or 3 times of the tree's height to find water and nutrients. These movements cause surrounding soil to compact or shift, and the concrete to settle. When the concrete settles, it is more likely to shift and crack. Depending how significant the movement is, the overall structure of your home may be affected. Weather also has an impact on the tree roots and soil. During droughts, roots may shrink as soil dries. During heavy rains, roots may absorb water and expand. Both shrinkage and expansion can damage the structural integrity of soil. Tree root barriers are considered as an effective and relatively inexpensive way to keep tree roots from getting too close to your home's foundation. Prevention is the best solution. You'll want to hire a licensed and bonded landscaping contractor, since they will be working in close proximity to your home's foundation. Licensed contractors and structural engineers are great resources for you to help take preventive measures to keep the tree roots from causing issues with your foundation. Serious foundation issues can certainly impact a home's value, so you should always be mindful of some red flags for serious foundation issues when living in your home. Ignoring foundation problems can lead to huge repair costs down the line. Some red flags to be aware of include sloped floors, a large number of doors and windows that cannot close properly, mending big cracks at window and door corners, etc. Some of these red flags may be the result of something else that has nothing to do with the foundation and may not be considered unusual. To be safe, it is always a good idea to have an inspector or contractor take a look and do further inspection or evaluation. Another very important part of the inspection is the roof. The roof is essential to weatherproofing a home, and new roofing can be a large upfront cost. For detached single-family homes, some home inspectors will do a visual inspection of the roof and its systems. They look for evidence of leaks, water stains on the eaves or in the attic, and search for signs of exposed or improperly installed flashing. They also check the condition of the gutters and downspouts. The inspector also notes the material and the slope of the roof, because they affect the roof's effective life. If there is an attached patio, the home inspector will give his opinion on that roof as well. To also inspect a detached garage or a detached ADU, the inspector may charge an additional fee. For attached homes, condos, and townhomes, check the homeowners association to find out if homeowners are responsible for maintaining the roof, because condos and townhomes can be 3 or more stories high. The HOA may also restrict access to the roof for safety reasons. A specialized roof inspector may use a drone equipped with a video camera in order to take pictures and videos. Next, the inspector will target the plumbing. Moisture can cause lots of damage, so even small leaks can lead to costly repairs over time. The inspector will run the faucets, showers, and toilets to check that they are operable and do not have leaks or bad caulking. Water filtration or water softener systems are usually not assessed. If the home has a crawl space, a visual inspection of the plumbing system underneath the house will reveal the material of the pipes. For longevity and corrosion resistance, copper piping is preferred over galvanized piping, and ABS plastic drain piping is preferred over cast iron. When a copper pipe is joined to a galvanized pipe, corrosion can occur at the junction of the dissimilar metals. As a temporary fix, an inspector may recommend that a plumber install a dielectric union, which breaks the electrical contact between the copper and galvanized steel. On water heaters, the flexible copper connector hoses usually have a plastic washer that acts as a dielectric union. The inspector will also assess the electrical system and make sure everything is installed properly. They check for ungrounded outlets, outlets with reverse polarity, or violations of the electrical code. If an outlet is too close to water or does not have a ground fault circuit interrupter, that is non-compliant. The electrical inspection is especially important if the installation was done by the seller or homeowner without a licensed contractor. The inspector will also check the heating and cooling systems to make sure they are operable. Since safety is the most important thing, hazardous materials are a big concern. If the home was constructed prior to 1980, a mineral material called asbestos may be present. It is an effective insulator and can also make other construction materials stronger. While it is currently banned, it may be present in older homes, in roof shingles, steam pipes, ceiling and floor tiles, or in spray-on insulation. Asbestos has a form of thin microscopic fibers that become airborne when disturbed. When it is inhaled or ingested, the mineral fibers are toxic and can become permanently trapped in your body. Homeowners often expose themselves when they do DIY renovations, such as replacing insulation, drilling through drywall, replacing old pipes, or removing a popcorn ceiling. Exposure can cause lung disease and ultimately lead to cancer. Since asbestos is so dangerous, you need professional help to determine if it is present and to eliminate it if found. A general home inspector is not qualified to identify asbestos. If they see anything that resembles it, they will recommend you to hire a specialist to perform the inspection and removal. Another hazardous material you must consult a specialist for is lead. Lead-based paint was banned in 1978, but many older homes have it. According to EPA.gov, lead-based paint is not a problem if it is in good shape, but when it peels or chips, it becomes a hazard. Lead dust will spread in the air and exposure can cause lead poisoning, which causes anemia, weakness, kidney damage, and brain damage. Lead affects children more than it does adults. If a pregnant woman is exposed, her unborn child may suffer nervous system damage. A certified lead professional will be able to inspect the home, do a risk assessment, and perform any necessary work. There are certification standards in place to ensure that the work is done safely, reliably, and effectively. Another source of lead in homes built before 1986 is lead water pipes. To find out if you have lead in your drinking water, you need to get it tested. Contact your local drinking water authority for a list of certified laboratories. Community water systems are all required to prepare and deliver an annual water quality report called a Consumer Confidence Report, which you can request a copy of. If you are a buyer and your inspection reveals that there are new items not mentioned in the seller disclosure package before you entered into the contract, you have several options. First, you can find out how much it will cost to do those repairs by getting a few repair estimates from licensed contractors or tradespeople. With the help and guidance of your real estate agent, you can then try to renegotiate with the seller. Your agent can submit a request for repair form detailing the undisclosed items. Ideally, the sellers agree to pay for and complete the specific repairs. If not, you can also ask them to share in the cost of repairs, or ask for a closing cost credit or a lower purchase price in an addendum to the purchase contract. Every deal is negotiable, but the extent really depends on the current market conditions. Is it seller's or buyer's market? If demand for real estate is high, such as here in the Bay Area, sellers are less likely to budge. During your property contingency period, you'll always have the option to walk away from the deal if you cannot reach an agreement with the seller. Please note that even if you choose to cancel the purchase contract, it is still your responsibility to pay for any inspections that you ordered. Even though some sellers can sell their home as is and let buyers bear the burden and responsibility for upgrades, remodel, and repairs, there are some statutory safety-related requirements which sellers are legally obligated to follow. For instance, California law requires home sellers to be responsible for smoke detector installation and compliance, as well as proper water heater bracing for earthquake safety. Prior to the close of escrow, the home seller is obligated by law to provide the buyer with a written statement of compliance. Carbon monoxide detectors are required to be installed in homes as well, but are technically not required as a precondition of sale. However, depending on where the home is located and local laws regarding the presence of an operable carbon monoxide detector, a fine may be imposed. The specific rules for smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors installation are very similar in each city, but do vary a little. For example, in San Jose, smoke alarms are required in each sleeping room and the areas immediately outside. They are also required on each story or level in a dwelling, including split levels, basements, and habitable attics. One carbon monoxide detector per house level is required. if there is a fireplace, an attached garage that opens to the dwelling, or a fuel-fired appliances, such as a gas stove, furnace, water heater, or dryer. And since California has a lot of earthquakes, any new or replacement water heater sold in California on or after July 1st, 1991 needs to be properly braced, anchored, or strapped. The codes regarding bracing may change regularly and vary from city to city. Up until now, we have not talked much about termites and other wood-destroying organisms. That is because termites are always a separate inspection done by a pest control specialist. Because there is more detail involved in understanding the termite report, we will talk about it in the next video. Stay tuned. For more information about home inspections, you can visit my YouTube channel. I have a recorded seminar about home inspections, which features Larry Tringali. He's the owner and head inspector of Property Inspection Services. Larry shared his experiences, gave helpful tips, and answered many questions from our viewers. That video will be linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video contains information that is useful to you. My goal for this channel is to provide you with quality videos every week. I take pride in making real estate related videos that are up-to-date and informational. If you have any ideas for my next topic, write in the comments. To support my channel, give a like to my videos and subscribe to my channel. It's the best way to be notified when I post new listings, informational videos, or recorded webinars. To join my next live webinar, add me on WeChat, Coco Tan Real Estate. For the other questions, or to schedule a free selling or buying consultation, I can be reached at 408-829-6053 or email me at cocotangroup@gmail.com. I will see you in the next video.